have their quick introduction. So I would like you to answer three questions. First of all, because I can see your name, I can obviously tell that what's your name. But even then, you can let us know what's your full name, what do you do, and how did you come to know about Toastmasters and our club in specific, and what's your objective over here to learn or to do whatsoever thing. So I can see here that there is Anirudh Parmar. We have got two Anirudhs today. So Anirudh, if you can unmute yourself and say that, introduce yourself to the club. Anirudh Parmar?
Sure. So, am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Anirudh Parmar. I'm a mechanical engineer, and for the last few years, I've been working as a business development manager at Aeroplast Limited. It's a it's the largest, it's the second largest paper bag manufacturing company in the country. So coming to how I came to know about Toastmasters, there was a club, Toastmasters club in my undergraduate level, but at that point of time, I was neither serious, neither had enough courage to go there and speak. But over time, I have realized that developing one's communication and leadership skills is of utmost importance. So today I am here trying to just present myself in front of you all. So that's all about me. I've tried to keep it as simple as possible. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Anirudh, and we hope that you would like our meeting in the next few hours or minutes where you'll be witnessing our meeting. We have got another guest. I can see there is Avinash Kaur. Avinash, if you could unmute yourself and answer me three quick questions and introduce yourself. What do you do, and how do you came to know about Toastmasters, and any aim which you have regarding Toastmasters, or what do you see Toastmasters as, which you Toastmasters can help you? Avinash, are you there?
Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah. So hi, I'm Avinash. So I'm currently working as an account manager in a company from Gurgaon. So I have just heard about the Toastmaster from the Facebook. So I actually joined the Toastmaster so that I can improve myself in the client meetings and also to do well in further education. So that's why main motto to join Toastmaster so that I can make myself used to the process of public speaking and dealing with the people. So this is what I am looking for. So I just have one few questions. So how
And
does things goes in the Toastmaster, how we have to meet people online throughout the weekly, or how this process works. So I just want to know about that.
so we actually have our meeting once a week, and as you will witness that we have three sections in the meeting. The first is the prepared speech, and the second is the table topics, which is the impromptu, and third is the general evaluation. And team mod will Toastmaster of the day, Sonu Chettri, will better let you know about that during his segment. So I will leave that particular thing to him as of now. Uh, Moving on, we have got another guest, Krishna Priya Harsh. If you could unmute and introduce yourself, Krishna.
Okay, hi everyone. My name is Krishna Priya Harsh, a really long name. So people call me KPH. And I'm a guest to this Toastmasters Club, but I'm not a guest to Toastmasters. I'm already a Toastmasters from Jaipur Toastmasters Club. I'm the president of that club. So I was connected to one of the groups called District 41 Presidents, and I saw this really, really interesting topic. So I thought I should join in. So hi everyone. Hello.
Thank you so much for joining us, and I hope that you too would like our meeting. We have got an interesting thing by a very special person, Sonu Chettri. Toastmaster Sonu Chettri. By the way, we have got another guest, that is Shweta Prabhakar. Shweta, if you could unmute yourself and introduce yourself to the club.
Hello everyone, my name is Shweta Prabhakar. I'm an advocate by profession and I'm also a chartered accountant currently practicing at the Delhi High Court and Supreme Court. I got to know about Toastmasters about 2 years back when we had one of these at Institute of Chartered Accountants of India, and I've been wanting to join a Toastmaster club for a very long time. But of course, due to paucity of time, I couldn't join a club. So I was just experimenting with different clubs during the lockdown.
Yeah, thank you so much. And I hope that you too would like our meeting. And I can say that there have been few DOTM members in the past who were lawyers and had been practicing in High Court and Supreme Court of India. And they have benefited from Toastmasters International a lot, and especially from the Lebanon Toastmasters. And I hope to see you soon
Can you hear
on
me?
board, possibly. I think there was a
Hello?
lag in the voice, so probably we couldn't hear you in between.
Yes, I think there's some network issues. I got logged out from the Zoom app. I don't know till
Okay.
what point you could hear me.
So we can hear you right now. So if you'd like to introduce yourself, because we heard half of it and then half of it we could not hear.
If you can
If you
just
just
tell
like to
me till
complete.
where, till where did you hear me so that I don't.
So you said that you were practicing in the Supreme Court of India, and like you heard about Toastmasters, and you are here to explore after visiting many clubs.
Yeah. So I was just trying to explore Toastmaster clubs, and due to the lock time, I have some time at hand. So I'm just trying to explore a few clubs before deciding to actually join one. That's all. And I hope to enjoy the session today. The topic is quite interesting.
Thank you so much, Shweta, and I hope that you will like our meeting. Before handing over the stage, I'd just like to make few announcements, or rather recognitions, that three of our members have completed their levels. Toastmaster Ankur Shrimali, Toastmaster Jyoti Kumari, and Toastmaster Kartik Mishra. All three of them have completed level 2, so in their respective pathways. So congratulations to all of them, and we hope that they will continue their way forward and they will complete many more levels in the coming days. So for now, I'd like to hand over the stage to our, or not, I should say, to one of the most, level 3 has been completed by Karthik, and level 2 by other two persons. So just rectifying that. And now I'd like to hand over the stage to our Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Sonu Chettri, who has also served as the president, and he's currently the immediate past president. And as I always say to him, that he will always remain my president anytime, whether he's associated in the club at any of the other posts also. So I'd like to hand over the stage to our beloved Toastmaster Sonu.
Thank you, President Pensive Toastmaster Anand Kumar. Hello all. Welcome our guests. While two guests were giving their introduction, most of those were saying that they are in accounts. One of them was chartered accountant. So I just wanted to give you comfort saying that myself, I am also a chartered accountant. I've qualified in 2009. So welcome you all to our Delhi One Toastmasters meeting. And today the theme is keep it simple. I think this keep it simple has many connotations. If we talk about the great leaders, who are the great leaders? When I look back to them, specifically Sundar Pichai or Bill Gates, Warren Buffett, they all are living their life in a simplistic way. And there are n number of things which can be done in a simplistic way. But today, I wanted to discuss specifically a one part of that keep it simple is about communications and articulations. And the reason behind choosing this topic and the importance of it, I realized in my professional career of last 2 to 3 years, where I moved to one of the role, FP&A role, wherein a lot of presentations, a lot of articulations is needed. So I realized the importance of keeping it simple. Generally what happens is that the learnings, this has been done basis my understanding only, and if you would like, definitely you can share your feedback. So the basic understanding and learning which I developed in this 2 to 3 years time period is that you are expert in your domain, and if any one of you ask you to tell about your profession, you just go overboard, you share a lot of things, and you don't realize that what other person is looking for. And that's the mistake I think we all do. Whenever anything has been asked upon from us, we try to share a lot of things, not knowing whether that person is receiving the way we wanted to communicate. So the one basic learning which I develop is that, and which I am developing, is that think about what message you wanted to give to that person instead of sharing everything you know. No one is interested knowing what you know and then telling everything. You just need to focus on very crisp thing, that what exact message or theme into your communication, in your article, in your writing, in your presentations, in any which way, what theme or what message you wanted to give. And what you are communicating, is you are communicating in that or that theme is linking with your communication. So that you always needs to keep that in mind into your writing, into your profession, into your presentation. I think that was the one main learning which I am doing it, and I hope you all will understand or learn something from my learning as well. So that's the basic idea. Moving on to this meeting and this segment. So this Toastmaster meeting is divided into 3 simple segments. One is prepared speech section, second is table topic section, and third is general evaluation section. In specifically for the guest, you all can participate in table topic section, and you all can share your experiences based on the topic which has been shared by which will be shared by our Toastmasters or table topic master of the day. So just like the way in car, there is a engine is the one of the most important and critical piece. In Toastmasters meeting, we have an auxiliary role player who are the most critical and active role players in any meetings. And today, DOTM is very privileged to have 3 main role players who are veteran experience. So I specifically encourage all, or specifically a new Toastmaster, to just observe how they are doing their role, so that you can articulate or you can imbibe some of their qualities and then do it better. So our main first role player is timer, and I would invite her to explain the role of a timer. Perseverant Toastmaster Devi D, over to you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Sonu. A warm good evening, everybody. As they say, time and tide waits for no man. Yes, time is very important aspect of our life, be it in professional life or personal life. We need to be very watchful of time, the way we utilize it. We need to keep it simple with time. Like our TM Modi said, don't go overboard, just keep it simple, plan your day according to the time and achieve your targets. Similarly, in a Toastmasters meeting, time is very crucial. Be it a speech, be it a evaluation, it's well timed. So I am here to help you in keeping up with the time. So let me tell you the time allotted for the speeches, the table topic session, as well as the evaluation session. So today we have 2 prepared speech session. So all the 3 prepared speech session, all the 3 speeches are for 5 to 7 minutes. So when the minimum allotted time of 5 minutes is reached, I show the green card. When the mean allotted time of 6 minutes is reached, I'll show the yellow card. And finally, when the maximum allotted time of 7 minutes is reached, I'll show the red card. So please note, in prepared speech session, there is a grace period of 30 seconds, both at the lower level as well as the higher level. So up to 7 minutes, 30 seconds, the speaker can speak and he'll be well within the time. If he goes over 7 minutes, 30 seconds, he or she will be disqualified. So coming to the table topic session, which is for 1 to 2 minutes, I'll show the green card at the end of 1 minute, yellow card at the end of 1.5 minutes, and red card at the end of 2 minutes. Herein, there is no lower grace period, only higher grace period of 30 seconds. That is, you can go up to 2 minutes, 30 seconds. Finally, coming to the speech evaluations, the time allotted is 2 to 3 minutes. So at the end of 2 minutes, I'll show the green card. At the end of 2.5 minutes, I'll show the yellow card. And at the end of 3 minutes, I'll show the red card. So here again, there is upper and lower grace period of 30 seconds. So you can go up to a maximum of 3 minutes, 30 seconds. If you go beyond it, you will be disqualified. So let's keep this time consideration in mind and go about with the meeting today. Over to you, Toastmaster Sonu.
Thank you, Perseverant Toastmaster Devi D. So I just wanted to clarify one more thing, is that specifically to align with my theme, I have reached out to all the role players and asked to define their personality with one word. So this is one experiment which I am doing, and I will introduce them with their first word. So please bear with me if you don't like this introduction, but this is the experiment which I am doing because words are very powerful and this one word describe you as a personality. So just watch this space very carefully, and maybe our listener can ask you a few of the questions related to that as well. Thank you, Devi. One of the suggestion which I will give you to you is that you can pin the timer so that whenever you are speaking, you can clearly know where you are on time. Let me invite our second veteran Toastmaster who is playing a language evaluator. She is my mentor, Adamant Toastmaster Rolesana.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Sonu. If I had one word for you, it would have been perseverant, but you've already used it. Our Toastmaster of the day also said that words are really powerful. And in my opinion, this is something that we should carry forward for not just this meeting, but for the rest of our lives. Our words make a truly great impact on all those who hear. We can move hearts and we can kill the motivation of a person if we are not careful with our words. The most complicated skill in life is simplicity. Simplicity is not the deprivation of things. It is the appreciation of things that truly matter. For this, our Toastmaster of the day has chosen a very wise theme, keep it simple. And to supplement his theme, I have got a couple of items from the language for you. One is the word of the day, and the other one is the phrase of the day. I'd just like to share my screen. Just give me one moment, please. So the word of the day is facile, Americans would pronounce it as facile. Britishers might pronounce it as facile. The meaning is something that is easily achieved or effortless. The phrase of the day is smooth as silk, which means something that is uninterrupted. An example that I can give you is, if all the role players of the meeting prepare well for their roles today, not only will they find it facile to perform their tasks during the meeting itself would be going smooth as silk. I hope that you will use a word and the phrase of the day as many times as possible during the meeting. And every usage will be rewarded by a thumbs up, virtual or physical, in your videos. You can use the reaction icon in your Zoom meeting window to applaud for the people who have used the word or the phrase of the day. I'll be back with my report when the general evaluator calls me during the evaluation segment. Till then, keep speaking carefully. Back to our Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Adamant Toastmaster listener. You are looking very beautiful today.
Thank you.
And I will try to ensure that our meeting goes as smooth as silk. Our third veteran Toastmaster, or she's a newest Toastmaster, but she has evolved very quickly into Toastmasters journey. Let me invite our counter of the day, brave Toastmaster Sajal Jain.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sonu.
Brave Toastmaster Sajal Jain. Now, the most exciting role which DOTM, I think DOTM has started this listener role and everyone is liking it. And this is the role which ensures that we all are active, like our auxiliary role players. So let me invite, I think she's doing it for the first time, if I'm not wrong, ambitious Toastmaster Bela Agarwal to explain the role of listener.
The only complication ever discovered is discovered in human mind. Life in itself is very simple. So let's keep it simple. Thank you, Toastmaster. Hello and good evening, everyone, and a warm welcome to all our lovely guests. My name is Bela. I am the listener for today's meeting. Sorry, we are all listeners in this meeting. The only difference is that I will be asking a couple of questions from different speeches. And those questions are going to test our listening skills. So good luck and all the best to everyone. Thank you, Toastmaster.
Thank you, ambitious Toastmaster Bela Agarwal. So everyone needs to be very active. So, and specifically DOTM gives an award as well at the end, whoever, is active and answers the question most. Now, our first segment of the meeting, which is prepared speeches. And we have three energetic Toastmasters who are roaring to go on this virtual platform and enlighten us with their thoughts. Let me invite, let's all welcome to our prepared speech section. And before calling the first speaker on the stage, let me invite her speech evaluator, spirited Toastmaster Shivam, to read out the speech objective.
Very good evening to all the Toastmasters and guests. Today, Toastmaster Rupal Bhatia, under the project Innovative Planning, Level 2, Project 1, will be delivering a speech. The purpose of the speech is, of the project is for the member to identify her primary leadership style or styles, and for the member to share some aspect of her primary leadership style or discuss leadership styles in general. Back to the Toastmaster of the day, Sonu Chettri.
Thank you, spirited Toastmaster Shivam. Let me invite our first speaker, lively Toastmaster Rupal Bhatia, Bela, a leader in process, Bela, a leader in process, lively Toastmaster, Rupal Bhatia.
Thank you, Toastmaster of today. Firstly, I want to just make clear that I cannot stand because I've injured my legs, so I'll be delivering the speech like this. And secondly, am I audible? All right. Bella, a leader in process. Can I ask all of you a question? What comes to our mind when we first hear this word called leader? A leader is one who knows how to tackle audience, who knows how to make best decision for their group members, who is caring and confident. But what if a person lacks such qualities? What if a person is not able to inherit such qualities? Won't that person won't be able to become a leader? Why such qualities are so important? Let me continue this by telling you a story. A story of a 14-year-old girl called Bella. Bella was youngest in her family. For every single task, she was dependent on her elder sister, Hannah. Whenever a task comes up, she instantly seeks help of her sister. And Hannah, being the elder sister, instantly connected with her younger sister. She helped her in spite of knowing the fact that this will cause Bella to be dependent upon her permanently. It will hamper her problem-solving IQ. But nevertheless, she keeps on supporting her younger sister. She keeps on doing her task. One day, when Hannah was in college, her younger sister Bella was in school. And in the school, the teacher decided to do an activity. The teacher divided the whole class into the group of 5. And each group was assigned with a leader. Guess what? Bella became the leader of her group. With all the confidence, Bella started to uphold all the responsibilities. She was told that she is responsible for the completion of the activity by her group members. But sooner or later, she realized that her team is getting distorted. No one is asking for Bella's suggestions. No one is caring for Bella's viewpoints. She couldn't decide how the activity will be carried out by her group members or who will perform which task. The end result was that the team couldn't complete their activity. And the reason was poor management. Now the question is, who is to blame? Who led to Bella's dependency? According to research, the first-born child are the ones who usually take over the qualities of a leader, such as responsibility, creativity, obedience, dominance. But on the other hand, the second-born child, they appear to be rebellious. The research also says that the first-born child are prone to become CEOs or more richer than the second-born child. But if it's true, then we should not forget leaders like Franklin D. Roosevelt, who was the 32nd President of the United States, Fidel Castro, who served the Prime Minister of Cuba, Napoleon Bonaparte, who was the French statesman and military leader. Do you know what is common between all of them? It is that all of these great leaders were younger siblings. Fidel Castro once said that it does not matter how small you are. if you have faith and plan of action. And somehow I'm able to relate with this story. What Bella is going through is exactly what I was, or maybe I am going through. You know, when you're a younger sibling, you always tend to look to your elder siblings. At least I do. I am this carefree child who does what her elder sister says. She likes to lead, I likes to follow. But one day I just randomly realized, what if I encounter a situation where I no longer have access to my system, which means all the decisions have to be taken by me. What will I do then? And then one of my fears came true. It was last year's time when my sister went to Pune for a official trip. My mother came up to me, with a problem in a mobile phone, apparently a technical issue. I was about to slip the sentence that, Ma, why don't you ask thee? But I was able to grab hold of myself. And instead, I said, sure, I'll have a look. And I did. And I resolved the issue. Frankly, for the first 10 seconds, I felt vulnerable, as if I know nothing, like a child is told to read a medical book. I'm not exaggerating, but that's how I felt. The vulnerability isn't bad always. But when you start fearing from trying, from taking steps on your own, then it is threatening. From the story above, Bella's vulnerability helped her to understand vulnerability of others. Her troubles helped her to understand how and from where she can find solutions to her problem. And that's how great leaders are made. It doesn't matter that a leader is a younger sibling or an older. It does not matter what family a leader belongs to. It does not matter what a leader looks like. According to me, a person who is willing to challenge their own fears, a person who is willing to fight from their own vulnerability, dependency, and achieving the new objectives of life is a leader. Because they're always trying to lead themselves for good, for striving something better. But what comes next is a whole new different thing. A good leader will be the one who would understand and would be able to understand the struggle his or her group is going through and could relate with his or her past experience. As everyone out there is striving to achieve better and better from what they are. And such people become leaders. Because leaders don't create followers, they create leaders. Bella is a leader, and Bella is me. Thank you, everyone. Have a nice day.
Thank you, lively Toastmaster Rupal Bhatia. Just take 30 seconds to provide her a feedback. You can find link over the chat box. There is a reward as well, whoever is going and giving a feedback. So someone is watching. Okay, you can continue to give a feedback to the first speaker. Moving on, after an overwhelming speech, moving on to a second roaring speaker who is willing to set the stage on fire. Before calling her on the stage, let me invite her speech evaluator, unpredictable Toastmaster Akshay Arora, to read out the speech objective.
So much, Toastmaster Sonu Chettri. Please confirm if I'm audible.
Yes.
Fantastic. All right. So Toastmaster Bhavya Jain will be delivering her speech from Level 2, Project 3. And the pathway is Innovative Planning. The project title is Introduction to Toastmasters Mentoring. And the speech title is Co-Pilot of My Life. The purpose of this project is for the member to clearly define how Toastmasters envisions mentoring. And the purpose of this speech is for the member to share some aspects of previous experience as a protege. I wish the Toastmaster Bhavya Jain a very good luck for the speech, and I am looking forward to her speech. Over to you.
Thank you, unpredictable Toastmaster Akshay Arora. Let me invite Millimistic Toastmaster Bhavya Jain, co-pilot of my life. Co-pilot of my life, Millimistic Toastmaster Bhavya Jain.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day. Am I audible and visible?
Yes.
Have you ever had someone in your life who helped you figure out who you were? Someone who showed you the right path? Someone without whom your life would have been entirely different? I have. Her name was Sia. She was more than a classmate to me, more than a best friend. She was my mentor. She was an amazing person who was very good at studies, which doesn't mean that she was a nerd. She was equally good at sports, celebrated every festival in full zeal, had an astonishing social life, and was the first one to watch any movie. She was one of those persons who was friends with everyone. I don't remember any instance when she had anything unpleasant to say about anyone. She showed me it's a total waste of time being mad, upset, angry, or so irritated that we allow our emotions to control us. She was always very calm, patient, and even tempered when faced with people who were less than pleasant to be around. I learned from her that being nice never fails. She was a true friend, which I could always look forward to the right words of advice. Her wisdom spanned several subjects, whether it was something related to our textbooks or the lessons which weren't taught in our school, the real lessons of life. She was like a co-pilot to me, my best work bud. I, as a student, was someone who didn't study for exams. I used to started studying just a night before the exam and could never complete my syllabus. But I had good grasp at things and I could understand easily the logic behind things. And Sia was someone who had very good time management skills and was very sincere, so she could score very good marks. So we worked together as a team and helped each other in studies. And being with her, I could improve my level of engagement in studies and my marks improved very decently. We both always together topped the class. She was a very amazing person who helped me figure out my true potential and made me a better person in my life. She meant the world to me. And I guess you don't know what you have until it's gone. On the night of 10th May 2016, Sia had a heart attack while sleeping and she passed away. Nobody could ever imagine something like that could happen. A day before, she was perfectly fine And next day, we heard that news. Even when she went, she left a very valuable lesson for everyone, that it doesn't matter how long you live. What matters is how big you live. She lived every day to the fullest and did whatever made her happy and made her parents proud. She was the first mentor of my life, and I can never forget whatever I learned from her. Toastmasters mentoring has also played a very important role in my life in helping me improve my personality. I got my mentor as Toastmaster Sushant. He was a very experienced and passionate Toastmaster. He was always very positive and supportive towards me. He used to encourage me to participate and give speeches and roles whenever possible. But the most vivid memory I had as a prodigy was during the table topic contest. I believe that I am not good at table topics and it's not my cup of tea. But he motivated me and said that whatever I believe isn't true. Contests like these happens just once in a year and one should never miss such opportunities. It is always a very joyful and good experience participating in such contests. I wasn't sure until half an hour before the contest whether I'm participating or not and just thought of giving it a try. I don't know how the magic of Sushant's motivation worked on me, and I kept on speaking for more than 2 minutes that day. It was the first ever time I was shown the red card by the timer. I felt so happy after delivering that speech, and I didn't care whatever the results would be. I was happy that I gave my best. But to my surprise, I came out to be the second runner-up in the contest, and my mentor Toastmaster Sushant was the first runner-up. That day was a big boost for my confidence, and it was a very proud moment for me standing beside your mentor and getting an award. And I got this award from my present mentor, Toastmaster Anirudh, who was the chief judge that day. So I'm looking forward to learn a lot from you, Anirudh. So from that day, I never missed any opportunity to speak in table topics. Truly said, mentors are the ones who know who you are and how to improve you. They often push you out of your comfort zone because they have gone through that same road and know what works for them, and they are giving us the same advice. The support, feedback of our mentors are really valuable. Mentors are a shortcut to success. So make the most out of the advice your mentors gives you. Back to you, Toastmaster of the Day.
You're on mute, Toastmaster Sonu.
Sorry. Thank you, minimalistic Toastmaster Bhavya Jain. You can give virtual or physical round of applause. You can take 30 seconds to give her a feedback, and it is available on chat box. Moving on, you can continue to give feedback. So moving on to our third speaker. Let me invite his speech evaluator, mindfulness Toastmaster Ankur Shrimari, to read out the speech objective.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster of the Day. Sorry. The speaker, Toastmaster Karthik, is going to deliver a speech from Pathway Leadership Development, Level 4, Project 1. The project's name is Leading Your Team, and the project objectives are for the member to lead a small team to completion of a project, and then the purpose of this speech for the member to share some aspects of his or her experience leading a team. The speech time allotted is 5 to 7 minutes, and I wish all the best to the speaker for his speech. Over to you.
Thank you, Mindfulness Toastmaster Ankur Srimali. Moving on to third speaker. Determined Toastmaster Karthik Mishra, a drop of help in the ocean of Corona. Determined Toastmaster Karthik Mishra.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day. There is a saying said by a famous philosopher. When there is an adversity, you must act instead of feeling sorry or pity. In this time of an age of Corona times, in my locality, I have observed that the essential services providers in residing our areas, most of us have felt that watchmen, plumber, electricians, and the garbage pickers are the worst affected economically, and are most vulnerable group of people in the times of Corona. Because I myself have seen that many of the service providers couldn't be on time to give service to us. After inquiring garbage picker that his family member is no more and he couldn't be able to earn, not getting enough salary to be able to sustain. Me and bunch of my neighbors, Ankit Rajavasti, Ambrish Singh, and Akash Srivastav, we've decided that to buy rice and wheat and kerosene oil for the needy ones, service providers of our locality, and ask all other neighbors also for contribution. Most of the neighbors said no to us. I don't know why. In this time of hell, most of the people are more suspicious. So we paid our by ourselves 12,000 in total. Bought 26 packets of 10 kg of wheat, 26 packet of 10 kg of rice, and 5 liters of kerosene oil, which going to be divided by 250 grams each. We distributed from our end. Due to some emergency, I'm in car giving a speech. Otherwise, I would have made ready a slideshow to be able to give you a graphic point of view. While giving this contribution of ours, one watchman cried in front of me, and this also made me teary-eyed. And I myself can feel more about this because today itself, my father got corona positive, and I'm giving speech from the car parking of an hospital. And this experience of ours, which was a month back, motivated us to look out more. I'm not saying that to move out. I'm just saying that to open our eyes, mouth, and ears. Like we can see in our terrace, in whichever house we live, or a terrace or a balcony of a building or a terrace, we can see more birds. We can put a bowl of water for the birds to drink water. We can give a extra roti or a bread to a nearby stray cow or a stray dog. Old milk, or maybe a new milk. It may not cost more than 50 rupees, not even more than 20 or 30 rupees. This was personally that I have done multiple times. It was a different kind of joy where you put a bread or a roti. You are waiting, and animal is afraid of us, not coming near. And if you've gone far away, and you see squirrel, stray dog, and little birds eating bit by bit. It's a different kind of experience. It even can act as a more meditation. This is the best form of meditation for me, according to my point of view, which we can observe. Though it's not advised to move outside, nobody should move outside. Whenever someone moves out, we generally use earphones with our mobile phone to listen songs. I don't know, other things also for. My request to all of you is, whenever you move out, please don't use earphones, because you can hear, you can see outside whatever is going on, at least in your nearby area. And I'm very glad of my three of my neighbors, whom they are not my friends, Ankit, Amrish, and Akash. They are more willing to give help to others. They become more concerned, and I've learned a lot. Leadership wise, I've learned that we can, for a good cause, we can, even strangers can collect and do as a friends. And leadership provides new friends also for new different kind of tasks that I observed. So my request to you all is, please keep a bowl of water or give a bread or roti to nearby animals from your house. And if you can at least ask a newspaper provider, a plumber or electrician whom you know personally, what their condition is, and please take care of yourself. I myself is become a victim of it. Thank you. Have a nice day. Over to Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, determined Toastmaster Karthik Mishra. You can provide a feedback. Let's take 30 seconds. And is poll ready for the best speaker? You can vote for the best speaker as well. Yes.
Yes, it has been launched.
Thank you, Adam and Toastmaster listener. Now, moving on to our second segment. I wanted to discuss one more principle, which is called KISS principle. It's not KISS, because these are not allowed in Corona times. But it's called, full form is keep it simple, stupid. This is the term which has been established by a US Navy in 1960. This is to design a ship so that anyone can repair those ships. If the designing is kept simple, anyone can repair those ships when in need. So that's the main theme or main principle, so that they follow a KISS principle. During these days, this can be called as keep it simple and straightforward, or keep it small and simple. So with that, and this table topic segment is a segment wherein you need to articulate your thoughts in just 2 minutes time. And today we have one more veteran Toastmaster who will lead this segment. Let me invite learner Toastmaster Jyoti Kumari to lead this session. Over to you, Jyoti.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day, Sonu Chettri. And good evening, Toastmasters and dear guests. There are many languages in the world with really complicated words. Even simple words like online and internet, which seemed easy to me at first, became very difficult to explain to people during the migrant crisis as an administrator. In Toastmasters also, we have one such word as a table topic session. Now, experts tend to use these complex words to, well, brand their thing and also feel like experts. But when you go into the crux of the matter, things are really, really simple. So the table topic session is also very simple. It simply means an extempore speech. Now, if you can't understand the meaning of the extempore speech, it simply means that you get a topic and you have to speak on that topic instantly. The time allotted in this session for each speaker is 1 to 2 minutes with 30 seconds grace period on the upper side. That means to qualify for an award, the speaker has to speak anywhere between 1 minute to 2 minutes and 30 seconds. Let's just keep it simple, or as the language evaluator would like to call it, facile and stupid, and dive straight into the session. So I would like to take the liberty of choosing the members and guests for talking on the topic. So the first speaker is Toastmaster Gunjan Srivastav. Gunjan, are you there?
Hi.
Gunjan?
Yeah. Hi, Jyoti. This is Gunjan.
Yes. Gunjan, your topic is a word from the medical language, and it is pediatric care.
Pediatric.
Yes, it's pediatric care.
Okay. Okay. So pediatric, if I understand correctly, it's about taking care of the kids, right?
Yes, you have actually guessed it right.
Okay.
And you can
Okay.
talk on it for 1 to 2 minutes.
Okay. So pediatric care. So I would just speak basis what my understanding is about pediatric care. So basically, how should I probably articulate it? So there is no end to caring for a child or for a kid. So ever since the child is born, you need to take care of him or her right from the starting once he is there in this world. However, I'm not able to kind of think about it much right now at this point of time because my thinking is limited on this particular topic. So I would request if we can move ahead with the other speakers.
Or you could just narrate an incident or any story or any experience you had.
See, even I'm a mom of a 4-year-old kid, so there's no particular story that I have to articulate probably, but it's all about making sure that you are giving the right care to your child, making sure that he's growing up, he's attaining the right attributes and virtues, and making sure that he is staying healthy and safe in this environment and especially with this current COVID situation. So it's an endless care and endless love for a child that encompasses this pediatric care, I would say, and it goes on unless your child is actually independent and he is able to understand what is good, bad, right or wrong for him or her. So that is what I wanted to say. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Toastmaster Gunjan. As Toastmaster Gunjan said, about her 4-year-old kid, I would request all the speakers to think of these words being explained to a 4-year-old kid. And if you also don't understand the meaning of the words, well, you can just invent any meaning you like. All the experts have done the same. So let me choose another Toastmaster. Toastmaster Krishna Priya Harsh. Toastmaster KPH, are you there? Toastmaster
Jyoti,
Krishna? Yes.
okay. Sorry. I thought you were speaking to me.
Toastmaster
Yes,
Jyoti.
Yes,
Um,
Toastmaster Krishna.
no, she's not here in the meeting. That was Gunjan who was responding to you.
Okay. So we'll move to the next speaker. Would someone like to volunteer by raising their hand?
That's me, Akshay.
Okay. So Toastmaster Akshay, it's a little complicated one. There is a word from information technology which is called as blockchain technology. So there you go.
All right. So very recently, I was speaking to a couple of technology heads of different organizations and trying to understand what their stance is with respect to the COVID and how COVID is impacting their organizations. The standard response which I got from a number of leaders, technology leaders, was that this COVID has accelerated the pace of implementation of so many technologies, which up until, let's say, 5 months, everybody used to believe will take about next 20 years to implement. The necessity of doing something such a short span of time has really pulled the trigger so fastly that every technology that we used to think is the future is actually the present right now. And let's talk about this Zoom meeting also. Now, just like this technology, a very simple technology, there's something called blockchain. It's the relationship between two different computers, two different devices, and the relay of messages between those devices, which form a chain of different networks or the different devices, and how you use those chains to do something which is utilitarian for large audiences, something which is called blockchain. Now, at this moment, even I am not extremely well versed with this concept, but I'm quite sure, given the fact that we are going to be in the lockdown for next 1 or 2 years probably, this piece of technology is going to get so common, so simple, and we'll be talking about blockchain in multiple areas like banking or like information sharing so frequently as we talk about Zoom meetings right now. So that's my take about blockchain, and trust me, the simplicity which will be introduced in the system and the entire system will be as simple if we are able to be facile about adopting these inputs.
Thank you, Toastmaster Akshay. I actually am reminded of the word Android. We did not know what it meant until we actually used it. So maybe in the future, we'll get more versed with this word. Anyone else who would like to volunteer?
Yes, I would. I'm Shivam.
Yes. Shivam, your topic is, are you Toastmaster?
Yeah.
Yeah. So your topic is, it is X hash A12.
Sorry, X hash A12. Oh, amazing.
Yes. Over to you.
So good evening, everyone. So my topic is X hash A12. So this is something which I just came up with last week when I was having a journal meeting with my directors at SpaceX. So this is a concept in which we are planning to go to Mars, and through which we would like the whole the people in this planet, the people of to give the opportunity to the people of Earth to go and travel to Mars. It's the first time we are. It's a first of its kind initiative in which a common citizen can travel to the outer space and explore the world beyond the Earth. So name came up. This name came up in a very so this name came up at a very through a very oh no, yeah, that's it probably. I think it's back to the Toastmaster.
You can keep going on, Shivam.
Okay. And yeah, I would they probably thought I would name my child X hash A12 whenever I have one. So yeah, thank you everyone. Yeah.
Well, that's very right, because Elon Musk does not
Yeah.
believe in keeping it simple and stupid. That's her daughter's name, and maybe she'll end up being the first person who goes to planet Mars.
Yeah.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shivam. Any other volunteer, please? Timer, do we have time for another one? Am I audible?
Devi, you are on mute.
Yeah, you have another 5 minutes, Jyoti. You can go on. Maybe we can have 2-3 more.
All right, all right. So I believe Toastmaster Devi has volunteered. So your topic is a simple word which looks simple at first. So in computer language, it's cookies.
Okay, cookies. Thank you, Toastmaster Jyoti. So this word cookies, what it means is that when you browse through some site or when you browse through some pages, so our information is automatically collected, and next time when you enter that site, our information is already there, and we don't have to go in through that long procedure to enter into the site. So it's like automatic collection of our information, on whichever site you go and you browse through. There are both pros as well as cons of this cookies, whatever you call it. One is it compromises on your privacy, compromises on security, because web is one thing. There are a lot of cyber attacks happening, so your security, your details could be compromised. But having said so, at the same time, it makes it easy for you to log into the web pages and access the information. You don't have to go through the long login procedure, because already your information is being gathered. So every website, have their own cookie policy, and as you would have observed, whenever you enter a website, there's a message being flashed on the screen that we use cookies to track your message. You need to accept before you get into. So many websites use it. See, recently even I've come out with my website, but I've not actually thought about how to implement this. Still, I am in the process of learning, and probably going ahead, I might implement it. So that's it from my part. Over to you, Jyoti.
Thank you, Toastmaster Devi. This is the first time I have actually understood what cookies really means. I'll come back to you with other words like widgets. So
Okay,
any other computer enthusiast who would like to volunteer? This is a simple one. Can I choose one? Anirudh, would you like to speak? Anirudh Parmar.
Sure.
Yeah.
Hit me.
So you have to explain the concept of firewall in a computer.
Okay. So essentially what a firewall does is it's like a barrier between you, your data, and the cyber attackers. So there are different, the very name, like how the name firewall comes is that in earlier days when there were forest fires, in order to control them, what people used to do is that they would use fire itself to control the forest fire. So if there is a forest fire in a particular spot in the forest, what they will do is they would fire up a circle in the surrounding area. So when what that basically does is the fire will consume itself. It won't be able to spread into the entire forest. So the computer firewall has originated from that concept, and basically what it does is it it's a a security device. So I'll just stop with that. Thank you.
Thank you, guest Anirudh. that was actually a good way of understanding the complexity behind the word by going into the history, because sometimes the context is lost with time, but if we go back to the history, we understand how it all originated. So we'll have the last table topic speaker for today. Any volunteers? This is simple. Everyone else except me understands this. Toastmaster Shreya, would you like to take up this?
Okay, I guess.
Yeah. So it's a very common short form in the mobile communication, and you have to explain it to a person who does not know it. It is TTYL.
It stands for talk to you later. And in this world of like modern technology, we generally use slang words. So it's one of those. And like many, they are like LOL, or it's like kind of the slang word. And I don't generally use slang words. They are not good for like using it in professional world. So I think most of the teenagers use this and they understand and they think that it is cool to use those words, but I don't usually use them. Yeah, so that's it.
Thank you, Shreya. With this, we have come to the end of the table topic session. And for me, it has been a very educative session because I have understood a lot of things which I did not when I was searching for this. One more thing which I would like to know is what I see in hotel menu very regularly, quesadilla. So there are a lot of jargons which float around in the world and we get daunted at it first, but when you go behind the high sounding words, it's really, really simple and stupid. So I would request the tech master to put up the poll for the best table topic speaker.
Rudy, the polls are ready. You can launch it.
Everyone should be able to see it on the screen now.
Are the polls done?
Yes, I think.
Yes. Over to the Toastmaster.
We can probably continue with the polls, but the Toastmaster of the day can take over now.
Okay, over to the Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, learner Toastmaster Jyoti Kumari, for putting a complex words, and all the speakers have explained it very simply. So thank you for keeping up to the theme. Now, there is one more poll I just wanted to just understand your views. Tech Master, do we have one poll, number 6, ready? Yeah, while that is getting set up.
We do have. I would request Toastmaster Oli to launch it. Or
Thank
should
you.
I launch it?
I'm launching it. Just give me 1 minute, please.
Yes.
It's launched.
Sure.
Thank you. So I think personally to me, I always procrastinate whenever I see a long messages or email. I don't really like it, but I just wanted to understand your views so that probably as a Toastmaster, we can improve into our professional and Toastmasters meetings itself. So I just wanted your views on this. You can put just simply yes, no.
So Toastmaster Sonu, so far 73% of the audience has voted, and of the voters, 82% say yes. Yes, they
Yes.
procrastinate.
Okay. So I think here the results. So do you know how much time our basically a VPPR spends on writing, thinking through it. Definitely it's improve her thinking prospects and writing skills as well. But until unless you don't read it, there is no point, right? So how to improve on it or how to work upon it? The only thing or only point which I can think of is just be crisp. First thing. Second is put a pointer. Instead of writing a paragraph, it is very boring to read for me personally. So second thing which I personally follow while writing an official email is I just put a pointer. 1, 2, 3, 4. What is the problem? 1, 2, 3. What is the solution? 1, 2, 3. And what action I require? 1, 2, 3. So that way probably we can improve upon. So moving on to those pointers and solutions, we have our evaluation sections. And in this evaluation sections, our general evaluator with his team shares what are the action points which we need to work upon as a pointer so that we can apply those into our future speeches. Let me invite honest Toastmaster Santosh Devi to lead this session. Over to you, Santosh.
Okay. Am I audible?
Yes,
Hello?
Santosh, go on.
Okay. Thank you, Toastmaster Sonu Chettri, for such a wonderful theme and wonderful theme. So, good evening, everyone. Do you think life is complicated? I don't think so. As we all know that for living a simple life, we need three things. First, food, clothes, and shelter. Most of the people have this, but exception exists everywhere. I think that our thoughts makes the life complicated because most of the people live in past and future and demanding for something. It means to live a simple life in our own hand by just controlling on our thoughts. Similarly, to become a good communicator and good speaker in our hand. And it can be possible when we are aware of our areas of improvement. For that, in Toastmaster, we have the evaluation section in which the general evaluator with a team of speech evaluators and the auxiliary role players will be helping you in the same. The speech evaluators play very essential role for providing the constructive feedback to the speakers. I would like to suggest to the speech evaluators, please use the CRC approach, that is comment, recommend, and comment, because the purpose of this section is to motivate the speakers. Of course, there will be the suggestion, but the motivation is the one factor that makes the speakers happy and energetic so that the speakers come again to the stage and deliver their further speeches with confidence and with energy. So with that, let's start let's hear the reports from our speech evaluators. First speech evaluator is Toastmaster Siam Asthana, who will be evaluating the speech of Toastmaster Rupal Bhatia.
Thank you, Toastmaster Santosh Devi. So good evening, everyone. So first of all, I will start with congratulating Rupal for a very eloquent speech. It was smooth as silk. Secondly, I really liked the way she started with a question and then repeatedly had questions in her speeches, which is very good in terms of engaging the audience. I also like the clarity in her thoughts, which was very well structured and put it in the speech. We could ride the journey with her, and being a younger sibling, I could totally understand. Then I really liked and really want to comment on the pauses she had during her speech and the emotions she depicted during the whole speech. In terms of modulation, I think for a large part it was to the point. except few places. For example, there was a line, the phrase which you said, "You know the research." It came out as very straight. You know the research. You could have just probably had a modulation at you know, like you know, or you probably like you know. So probably it would have been more engaging for the audience if you could have that small modulation at that moment. The second recommendation could be I sort of thought between the story of Bella and Rupal. At the time you ended with the story, you could have a better transition from Rupal to Bella. Somehow to probably connect both the stories at the end. At the start, it was very smooth. At the end, we could have a better connection. One more small recommendation would be I felt I just wanted to have more to know more about your leadership styles. I mean, that's some place I thought I was not able to get you to the extent I wanted to know, and I think so that was the icing which this speech sort of needed. Other than that, I think it was a very near perfect speech. It had really good phrases, really good words. You mentioned Fidel Castro and uses quote, which sort of enlightened us all. You were very confident during the whole speech, and I think just keeping 2 3 points in mind, having a better transition in the paragraphs in the story, having the right voice modulation at some places would just have an instant impact, which would keep the audience engaged probably more. And I feel sort of if you can for the not for the whole your emotions, your feelings were very apparent during the whole speech. If we could focus the emotion to some specific parts of the speech, it would have more impact on the audience. That's my personal belief. Other than that, I wish you all the best for your upcoming speeches, and thank you for enlightening us thank you for enlightening us with your journey. Thank you, and back to the General Evaluator, Santosh.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shivam. Our next speech evaluator is Toastmaster Akshay Arora, who will be evaluating the speech of Toastmaster Bhavya Jain.
Thank you, Toastmaster Santosh Devi. Please confirm if I'm audible.
Yeah, you are audible.
All right, thank you. Toastmaster Bhavya Jain was delivering her speech from the project which required her to speak about and share experiences about her experience as prodigy. Now, the speech started with in a very appropriate manner with a question, questioning the audience. It simply hits a chord, strikes a chord amongst the audience members. The speech, in my opinion, my very strong opinion, was very honest, very simple, and absolutely tied to today's theme of simplicity. There was one point which stood out really well in the speech and which is not really technical in nature, and that was the background lighting of speaker as well as the clarity of audio. This is something which is not extremely technical in nature, but given that we are in a virtual setup, these things matter a lot in a clear delivery of speech. Now, coming to the technicals, the entire speech was delivered in 3 parts with the help of 3 stories. The first one, the speaker explained the importance of mentor in a very emotional manner. How there was a mentor who helped her grow in her life, who showed what an ideal human being is, but she is no more with the speaker. But she continues to drive her inspiration from that mentor. The second story was around an inspiring TTM, Toastmaster Sushant, who, despite of her inhibitions, despite speaker's inhibitions, really pushed her into believing in herself. And the third story was around how hopeful she is of becoming an astute speaker like Toastmaster Anirudh. So those 3 parts were covered very well. Now, I'm pretty much tempted to comment on the speaker's body language vocal variety. There was irregularity in hand gestures, the vocal variety was not up to the mark, but I would not do that. The reason is that's not the natural style of the speaker. Speaker has a very simple and simple style, and therefore what will help speaker really hone her skill of keeping it simple is to use the feelings a little more freely, bring about the feelings that she has about a particular topic, a particular section of the speak a little more freely without any inhibition, so that the speech still remains subtle and simple, but is able to bring home the message and strike a chord, emotional chord with the audience. Right? The second point would be that there were some grammatical errors here and there which were taking the attention away from the speech. That could be worked upon. Third, the voice can be little more modified and not be very feeble in nature, because that makes the message very constricted, not relatable. In summary, I would say that the speaker has a very distinct style of a simple and a subtle speaker, and these style speakers are not encouraged, but they stand out in the crowd. Working on the grammar and as well as using the pause at the right moment in the speeches and being a little more free when delivering the speech will really take the speaker to the next level of her speech growth. Over to the general evaluator. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Akshay Arora. Our third speech evaluator is Toastmaster Ankush Shrimali, who will be evaluating the speech of Toastmaster Karthik Mishra. Welcome, Toastmaster Ankush Shrimali.
Thank you so much, Madam Toastmaster, Madam General Evaluator. So first of all, I would like to say that true quality of a leader is to keep going on in spite of having adversity, and that is what our speaker showed today. In spite of having personal problems and challenges, he still managed to deliver a speech. And I first was thinking that why was Toastmaster Karthik in a car delivering a speech, but then when he explained, I realized that it is a quality of a true Toastmaster as well to keep delivering the commitment which is given to the fraternity, and that's how Karthik delivered the speech. Coming to the speech evaluation, I felt that the speech itself had very noble ideas, not only serving to the less privileged class of our society, but also to the birds and animals. And this entire gesture which Toastmaster Karthik had, along with his members, fulfilled the criteria which was required in the project as well to lead a team. And also I felt that the speech was compassionate and moving in terms of the activities that the speaker had suggested for the audience members to also pursue. So that was something which was commendable. Something where the speaker can improve upon is the structure of the speech. I believe as per the project objective, what the speaker could have done is first of all explain what is the objective of these activities which the speaker is conducting. Second, who are these members who have helped him in conducting these activities? Third is how the speaker as a leader had achieved this leadership quality while guiding the members in achieving these tasks. Fourth is what were the results and outcomes of these activities. What was, I believe there was some indication of the emotional attachment that the watchman felt that the stray animals were having. So that was something that was explained, but could have been explored more on the overall objective of why it was done. Overall, I felt that the speech was very good at heart and it had noble gestures. So the speech sounded from heart, and also it was connecting well with the audience. I would not comment on the speech setup and the body language, etc., because I understand the situation. I would just wish that father recovers soon and far out of the stress and problem, whatever you have. And if you need any help, you can always come to any of us, because a drop of help in ocean of corona is what we are all here for. So over to you, Madam Generally Garden.
Thank you, Toastmaster Karthik Mishra. Oh, sorry, Ankur Shrimali. Let's hear from our auxiliary role players. Listening to someone carefully is wonderful skill. If we are good at it, only then we can respond well. To check this, who is attentive and who have the good listening skill in today's meeting, we have listener Toastmaster Bela Agarwal. Bela Agarwal, welcome to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Santosh Devi. Am I audible? Hello? Am I audible?
Yeah, you are audible.
Thank you, Toastmaster Santosh Devi. It was great listening to you all, and all the speeches were well presented and wonderful. So, hoping all of you listened carefully. Now, I am going to ask some questions. My first question goes to our president in this club, Anand Kumar. What is the profession of Anirudh Parmar?
So he's working in some company. I don't remember exactly. Probably he's a chartered accountant or something. I don't remember exactly. But it was a company. Very
No,
bad
what
at
is the
that.
profession? What is the profession you mentioned? First guest in our today's meeting. Who is the first guest? Have any idea any of our Toastmasters? Have any idea any of our Toastmasters?
Mechanical
Account manager.
Right. Who answered this question? Santosh. Thank you, Santosh. Achha. Second question is going to our Toastmaster Sonu Chettri. My second question is, what was the name of elder sister in speech narrated by Rupal Bhatia?
I think her title was Bela, but sorry, I don't remember the name. Sorry, Rupal.
You are near to the answer.
Maybe I pass it on to another Toastmasters.
Anyone?
Anna.
Anyone?
Anna?
No.
Ella.
Ella, oh sorry.
Yes, Hannah. Right. My next question is going to Rupal Bhatia, Toastmaster Rupal.
Yes.
Rupal Bhatia. Avinash Kumar heard about Toastmasters from which source?
Sorry, can you repeat the question again, please?
Our guest in this meeting, Avinash Kumar, heard about Toastmasters from which source?
I am confused. Maybe it's Facebook.
Right, you are right. You are absolutely right, and you are a good listener. Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, and this question is going open questions for all of you, everyone, right? And what was the table topic for DVD? What was the
Cookies.
Cookies.
Ah,
Cookies.
yeah. right. Cookies. And, okay, this is the last question. Krishna, I think Krishna Priya Hars. Krishna Priya Hars is president of which city's Toastmaster Club? This question is going to This question is going to Akshay Arora.
Sorry, what's the question again?
Our guest, Krishna Priya Harsh, is president of which city Toastmaster Club?
A Toastmaster club which is based out of India, that's for sure. I would not know the name of the city though.
She mentioned the club.
Sorry, there was a network error in my end, so could not hear that properly.
Anyone? Anyone guess?
Jaipur.
Yeah, right. Right. Jaipur. So I think we are all good listeners. Thank you, Toastmaster. Over to the Toastmaster. Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Toastmaster Bela Agarwal.
वो मैं क्लास अटेंड कर रहा हूँ तो सुनते सुनते वॉक भी कर रहा था.
Flow in communication is essential. Sometimes without flow, the sentences become complicated and it's difficult to understand them. With that, I would like to invite Toastmaster Sajal Jain to present the report of our counter.
Thank you, Madam General Evaluator. Good evening, everyone. I know I messed up today in the introduction part of my role, but it worked in my case because it provided a lucid description as to what filler words or filler sounds are. Today,
Thank you, Toastmaster Sajal Jain. Language is a way to communicate, but if language is simple or easy, then communication can become effective because different kind of audience can grab it easily. Let's hear from our language evaluator, Toastmaster Roli Sina, for the same.
Thank you so much, Madam General Evaluator. Our meeting started on a very high note with one of our guests bringing in not just her acronym of her name as KPH, but also giving a nice phrase like new to this Toastmaster Club, not new to Toastmasters. Toastmaster Devi D went on with her choice of phrase, time and tide, wait for no one. Ambitious Bela, as our Toastmaster of the day would like to call her, said the only complication ever discovered is discovered in the human mind. Toastmaster Rupal had an interesting speech titled, Bella, a leader in process. I love the Fidel Castro quote that she had included in her speech. It doesn't matter how small you are if you have faith, plan, and action. My fears came true was another phrase that she used very appropriately. Toastmaster Bhavya again came with an innovative title for her speech, Co-Pilot of My Life. Her speech included a number of words and phrases that brought a very nice smile to my face and delight to my heart. Nerd, astonishing social life, unpleasant, a total waste of time, even-tempered, being nice never fails, wisdom spans several subjects. You don't know what you have until it's gone, was poignant not just in the place that it was used, but also what it meant to her. It doesn't matter how long you live, it matters how big you live. Vivid memory, I as a prodigy, not my cup of tea, giving it a try, and magic of Sushant's motivation worked on me. We had some of our table topic speakers being very brave while attempting their topics, but also being sure of their language. Gunjan Srivastav had articulate and encompasses. Akshay Arora stands accelerated. Jyoti said Android. And Devi said security is compromised. Anirudh Parmar, while explaining the concept of firewall, in my opinion, gave a very original concept and history behind that and said originated from that concept. With this, I would also like to highlight a couple of things that we should try to work upon. There is an issue with subject-verb agreement. Okay, I'm pausing a little bit because I cannot see the timer screen. I don't know how I'm...
Red color.
Okay, thank you. So I likes to follow, or whenever a task comes up, she instantly connects with. So that was mentioned in the past tense, so it should have been whenever a task came up, she instantly connected with. If we are going to follow up the phrase the Toastmaster with a proper noun, for example, Roli Sinha, we should not be saying the Toastmaster Roli Sinha, we should be saying Toastmaster Roli Sinha. Me and one of my neighbors can be better said as one of my neighbors and I. And a pronunciation error with quesadilla is the correct pronunciation. Mindfulness is an abstract noun. When used for describing a person, it should be used as an adjective and it should be said mindful and the person's name. Toastmaster Sonu brought us many good words like pensive, perseverant, adamant, lively, spirited, predictable, unpredictable, and minimalist. And with that, I would like to hand over the stage back to our Madam General Evaluator, Toastmaster Santosh Devi.
Thank you, Toastmaster Roli Sinha. The timer will comprehend to us that conveying a message within a given time period is important because delay in 1 second or minute can defeat you in the contest and sometimes in life too. With that, please help me to welcome Toastmaster David on the virtual stage.
Thank you so much, General Evaluator. So here is the timing report. I'm glad to share that the meeting started dot on time at 6:45 p.m. And Sergeant at Arms, with the allotted time of 1 minute 30 seconds for the introduction, he was well within the time limit by taking 1 minute 26 seconds. President, in his intro, he took 11.6 minutes from the allotted 6 minutes, so he crossed by around 5 minutes. TM Moody, in his introduction, he took 6 minutes 20 seconds. So that was allotted was 6 minutes, so little over 6 minutes. And the timer in the introduction, that is me, I took 3 minutes. The language evaluator took 1.5 seconds. The R counter took 46 seconds. The listener took 41 seconds for the introduction. Coming to speaker number 1, Rupal, she took 8 minutes 29 seconds, whereas the maximum time limit was 7 minutes 30 seconds. The speaker 2 took 6 minutes 43 seconds and she was within the time limit. Speaker 3, Karthik, took 6 minutes 51 seconds within the time limit. Coming to the table topic session, that total allotted time was 15 minutes, but we exceeded by 1 minute. Like we took 16 minutes 40 seconds. And all the table topic speakers were well within the time limit. Coming to the general evaluator, in the intro, she took 2 minutes 12 seconds. The evaluators, Shivam Astana, he took 2 minutes 53 seconds, well within the time limit. Toastmaster Akshay took 3 minutes 46 seconds, so he exceeded by just 26 seconds. Toastmaster Ankur Shrimali, he took 3 minutes 14 seconds for his evaluation and well within the time limit. Coming to the auxiliary role player report, listener was well within the time limit. She took 4 minutes 53 seconds and maximum allotted was 5 minutes. The R counter took 2 minutes 29 seconds. The language evaluator took 4 minutes, and as I can see, I am taking 2 minutes 22 seconds for my report. So with this, I hand it back to the general evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster David. Now the time to present my report. Timer, please note down the time. The time allotted is 4 to 6 minutes. The meeting has started on time by the SA Sergeant Adam Karthik Mishra. And he stated the rules of the meeting very well in bold voice. I really like that. I found one recommendation for the Karthik Mishra, that he can use some, he can see the statement of the mission, he can read the statement of the mission by seeing it, because in the last meeting there was a same problem in fumbling of the mission. So otherwise I really loved the way he opened the meeting. Let's move on our president, Anand Kumar. He addressed the audience very well by sharing his own example by correlating with the theme, and concluded with that in the end of the day, amount of success and failure doesn't matter, but what matters is that what contribute to the society. I really loved the way he addressed the audience, and he introduced all the guests very well. There was some technical glitches. I couldn't hear her properly in between. Overall, I really liked the way. Let's move on over Toastmaster of the day, Sonu Chettri. Toastmaster of the day, in beginning itself, he made all the guests comfortable by explaining that he is also a chartered accountant. I liked that part, and the meeting theme was very interesting, and I can correlate it with my life also, because I believe in simplicity. And in the introduction parts, he focused only on the communication skills, and he introduced very well about that how we should share the information, what others can understand, not whatever we know about that particular information. So I love that part. I have one recommendation for Toastmaster of the day is that I found something missing in explaining the structure of the meeting. Missing in the structure of the meeting in starting. Otherwise, he used he explained, or the Toastmaster of the day well prepared for his role. So I enjoyed the session. If I talk about the table topic section, Jyoti Kumari, she explained the role, purpose of the Toastmaster table topic session very well. And I really like the way that speaker took the liberty to choose the members by herself, because we can save the time by doing that. I have two recommendations for the table topic speaker. The speaker can choose the members who didn't have any role in the meeting. And another recommendation is that topic, as I observed, that topic was little tricky, and we can correlate with the theme that keep them simple so that audience can speak easily on that. So overall, I really liked the table topic session. In the case of the speech evaluators, all the speech evaluators did a fantastic job. In the case of the Ankush Shrimali, be honest, I didn't hear the speech of Karthik Mishra due to some problem here. Shivam, he evaluated the speech of Drupal Bhatia very insightfully. I have one recommendation for the Toastmaster Shivam, that when he was explaining that, when he was giving the recommendation to the speakers on transition and the modulation, but in that case he could explain that how can that modulation and transition can be done. So otherwise he did a wonderful job. Toastmaster Akshay Arora, always he had a good skill in evaluation, and he evaluated very well. But I have one recommendation for that rather than explaining what she said in 3 story of her mentorship, um, by this he can save the time, and otherwise he explained evaluated the speech very well. I'm really sorry for the Toastmaster and Kushrimali, but he did a great job as usual. He does. Okay. If I talk about the auxiliary role players, all the auxiliary role players have done a fantastic job, because all have correlated the meeting theme with their roles. And round of applause for our debutant Toastmaster, listener Toastmaster Bela Agarwal. She did a fantastic job by good topics. Oh, sorry, by asking the good questions, and she was not nervous at all, and she was very happy in doing that role. But the questions could be related to the speech, not to the specific person. If I talk about Sajal and the language evaluator and the timer, all have exceeded the time, but they have done wonderful job in explaining their roles as well as in their report. Okay, this is my report, and thank you so much. I really enjoyed the today meeting, and now your time to give me feedback because I'm doing this role second time, and I will be very thankful if you will be give me feedback for this particular role. Thank you so much. With that, over to the Toastmaster Sonu Kumar Chettri.
Thank you, learner Toastmaster Santosh Devi. Now, we come to the end of this meeting. And as I promised earlier to my language evaluator, that meeting will end as smooth as silk. So we are perfectly doing well on time, even after so many uninterrupted hiccups. Just a few thoughts which I wanted to conclude and share. KISS principle, which I told you. I think there are many companies which we can take an example where they followed a KISS principle. For example, Apple versus Samsung. Apple perfectly follows the KISS principle. He always keep it simple. How many of you remember the name of models Samsung launched? Too many, right? I think too much is always not good. iPhone, we can easily relate and remember. There is one good company called Colgate. Now, today, whenever we go to buy toothpaste, we say Colgate, either Pepsodent or anything. So that's the brand image building which has been done. One more company I wanted to share, Xerox. It's a photocopy. People don't say photocopy, they say Xerox. So those kind of image building which has happened due to just one formula, which is KISS principle. So I hope you have taken some inputs from this today's theme. And one more thing which has happened with Xerox is that due to that Xerox thing, that Xerox company went into computer manufacturing as well, but it could not able to succeed because of its name, Xerox. It's so enriched into everyone's mind that people could not able to relate other things from Xerox. So with that, and there are few things which we can do to keep it simple. One is present simple idea, as simple as you can. Keep your mind unclutter, sorry. And too much of analysis or overthinking does not bring results. So don't do that, because ultimately you will end up losing it. And if you are planning to start up your organizations, your company, try to keep the hierarchy thing very simple, because in my company, in all the MNCs, there are too much complexities into hierarchy structure. structure and messages, when come to the end person, last person, it takes a different shape. So try to keep it simple. So with that, as I explained to you earlier, understand what other person wanted to know from your presentations. So think about you, not about me. Try to work on your oral and written communications by writing the same message in 1 or 2 lines. Definitely, it will help you improving your writing skills in a crisp and concise way. As someone said, less is more. With that, I hand over the stage to my president, pensive Toastmaster Anand. Over to you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster of the Day, Toastmaster Sonu Chettri. And this is what exactly what happens when we don't do facile work, superficial work. When we put in the right inputs, we get this quality meeting. What an amazing prepared speech section, what an amazing table topic section, and how good the evaluations were. I'm totally amazed by that. And because I have already exceeded my time limit in the very first half of the meeting, I would not like to not take much of your time now. And I would like you to cast in your ballots for 3, that is the best evaluators, for best auxiliary role players, and for the best main role players. So I would like to ask Toastmaster, yeah. So please cast in your ballots for best speech evaluator first of all, and then we can do it one by one. Please take 30 seconds to do that.
I'm ending the
So
poll for
in the
speech
meantime, the
evaluator.
polls are like the ballots are being collected. Yeah.
Sorry, I'm just going to launch the poll for the auxiliary role players now.
Yeah.
Please go ahead.
Please cast in your ballots for best auxiliary role player, and then to please also cast your ballots for the best main role player just after this. So in the meantime, we are collecting these ballots. I would just like to take feedback from our guests. So I can see there are a few guests who joined in the later half of our meeting, like Lasanta Silva, Aditya Sahu, and many more. So I would like, first of all, who have not introduced themselves in the first half of the meeting, please introduce yourself. What do you do, and how do you came to know about our club? And any feedback which you have, any one thing which you thought we did good upon, and one thing which you think uh, which we might improve upon. So just let us know that. Anirudh Parmar, are you there? If you could unmute yourself and give us the feedback.
Sorry, I lost you in between. Could you just repeat the question, please?
So I want your feedback. One thing which you thought that we were doing good at, and one thing which we might improve upon. So any feedback on your part?
Okay. So the good thing, I mean, most of it was good. I should say awesome. Like the kind of analysis that we do in Toastmaster on grammar and on timing, this is just phenomenal. I mean, if you look at it, the other thing is that, I mean, since school, this fear of public speaking, I don't know how it seeped inside our minds. Toastmaster is, giving us such a conducive atmosphere to, go above that fear. So I think I'm very impressed by that. One thing that I would like to recommend is that, I mean, for the impromptu speech, we were not given any feedback. So if you could just give a little feedback on how we did and how we can improve, I mean, that would be great.
Sure.
Thank you.
Sure. We will do keep that very particular thing in mind, and we will try to incorporate that. I can see another guest, Lasanta Silva, is there. So he was at one of our joint meetings we did in the previous month, in few months back. So Lasanta, welcome back, and any feedback on your part?
Yeah, thank you, Toastmaster Anand, President, right? Thank you very much. I always felt that when I'm attending Delhi One Toastmasters Club, I'm attending Delhi One workshop. So I learn a lot every day, every meeting, because it's really awesome, like as smooth like silk. So it was going, and the evaluation, the way that you are conducting the meeting, how you perform in a detail analysis, and it was really awesome. And I would like to say that every time, as I said, I learn from evaluations, your after role players, and certain things we have already applied from your club, like listener role and the timer role details, those have been applied from our joint meeting, and those are the synergies of having the joint meeting. So I would like to say that you are doing really great, and all the role players, all the auxiliary role players, the speakers, even the evaluators did a great job. So thank you very much. Thanks to Sonu Chettri, our previous past president, and Anand Kumar and Anirudh, and thank you very much, all you very best for the upcoming meetings as well. Thank you very much. Over to you, Anand.
Thank you so much, Lasanta, and it's our fortune that we have got really some quality people that time and again we have been able to deliver quality meetings, and the credit goes to everyone, both to the members and to the executive committee, and even to the past people, mentors, and every single person who has helped us out. So right now we have still going on with the best main road players ballot. If someone has not casted their ballot, so please go forward and cast in your ballots soon.
I'm so sorry, Toastmaster Anand. I have taken the poll down. If anybody still wants to vote, most of them had voted. So 13 out of 16 people had voted. So if anybody else still wants to cast a vote, they can send me a message privately.
Okay. So
just look for Ellie.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Rolisana. So in the meantime, because like already few guests have already left, so I would just like to have a quick screenshot, and then we can have the presentation of the certificates and few other announcements which I have. So Toastmaster Sajal Jain, if you could like have a quick screenshot of, and we can have our videos on if possible, if you are not facing the bandwidth issue.
So Ankur, Sanju, Anirudh. So we can do a thumbs up or something.
We can do one.
Yeah.
Done. Wait, Ankur came late.
Rupal also needs to raise her finger.
Huh.
Yeah, Bhavya, now you can.
Rupal, your hand isn't visible.
You need to raise your finger one. We are
One.
all raising the finger one, Rupal.
I want to raise V victory.
Yeah, we raise one for Delhi one. So if you can raise one, that would be great. Okay. I don't think Rupal is able to hear us, so let's just continue.
Malik ek hai.
You should be number one.
Hello.
Lady. Photograph. Yeah.
Done.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. And
Yes,
I have
certificates are ready.
Yeah.
If you want.
So certificates are they ready?
Yes, they are ready.
Yeah. So if we can have it on our screens.
Sure. Okay, so your best table topics speaker.
So the best table topic speaker goes to Toastmaster Devi D. Congratulations, Devi. And for those of you who don't know, she is already one of the finalists in the district evaluation contest. And hopefully, the way she is going on, I think that she will also be one of the contenders this year for the table topics in the finals. Congratulations, Devi, once more. Can we have the next certificate?
Yes, best speaker.
So the best speaker goes to Toastmaster Bhavya Jain. I guess this is her second certificate and that
Yes.
too in a row.
Yep.
So congratulations, Bhavya, and it was fantastic to hear you speak. Congratulations from
Okay. Next we have best auxiliary role player.
the best auxiliary role player goes to the person who is presenting the very certificates. That's Toastmaster Rolisana.
I
Congratulations,
swear I did not
Toastmaster
cheat.
Roli.
Yeah. Okay. Best
And
evaluator.
And the best evaluator goes to Toastmaster Akshay Arora. Congratulations, Akshay, for the evaluation which you gave. That was fantastic to hear from you too.
And finally, the best role player.
And the best role player goes to Toastmaster Sonu Chettri, who is also our immediate past president. Congratulations, Sonu.
Thank you, Anand. I just wanted to give one compliment. You are looking very dashing today.
I was attending another meeting just before that. Okay. Yeah, moving apart. I have a few recognitions to make. Like in this month, there has been a district council, not district council, I'll say. Apart from the district council, there is a district team which has been formed, and we have uh, like a few people from our club who are part of the district team. The in district communications team, we have got Toastmaster Rolis Sinha and Toastmaster Devi D. So they will be part of the district 41. And Anand Kumar, who is myself, I will be the associate district logistics manager. I thank each and everyone who have mentored them and those people who are taking up this role. And I wish them very best of luck in their future endeavors. And I would like you two to take some time, invest some time, and you two can reach the same heights and even go beyond that. So just before ending this meeting, I would like to have a quick role. If anyone would like to have it, they can go for the rules right now itself. So does anyone want to go for TMODs, speech evaluation, speeches?
I would like to go for TMOD for upcoming meeting.
Okay.
Anand, I have got the confirmation for Team Modi by Bhavya just now. So.
Okay. Okay. So Karthik, we can just confirm you offline thing, or maybe how it works out, we can schedule in that very particular
Okay.
fashion.
No
Apart from
issues.
that, any other role?
I
Anyone
can
would
go
like
for
to say?
speech if available.
Okay. Anyone else? Okay. So you can always reach out to Rupal for taking up the roles, and I will say that you can reach out to her now itself, or possibly do it by tomorrow uh, at the latest, if possible. So that's it on my part, and we can officially close the meeting and see you next Friday on the 24th of July. So, and I hope that you all stay safe and stay in your own premises. Have some fun, have some play some games, and keep yourself safe. Thank you, everyone. we can now end the meeting. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Anand. So I thought
Thank
you are
you.
setting a benchmark by coming fully dressed up and then giving a target or challenge to other members.
Thank you all. Thank you, Anand. Thank you, Sonu. Thank you, Anirudh. Thank you very much.
Hi, Latansa. Thank you so much. Nice to see you.
Take care. Yes, you do. Bye. Take care.
Bye. Good night.